So good afternoon. We're waiting for a few more people to join through the waiting room. So we'll just give those opportunity to connect. But we've got an action-packed schedule to get through for this afternoon. So let's get started once they're being admitted from the waiting room. So good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to our final Lunchtime Live session as part of Post-16 Careers Week. My name's Caroline, and today we're going to be talking about higher education pathways and what happens when you turn 18. So whether you're still at secondary school and about to take your GCSEs, or whether you're partway through a college course or apprenticeship, thinking about higher education and career pathways is really important and can have a big impact on the decisions you make right now. So how much do you know about studying for a degree or a degree apprenticeship? How do you apply to university, and what support is available to you? What other ways are there to continue your studies after you turn 18? Those are just some of the things that we're going to be talking about this morning. So first off, higher education, or HE, is a term that covers the courses available following further education. That's level 3, like A-levels, apprenticeships and BTECs. You usually need to be 18 to study a HE course, and they're most likely delivered in universities and HE colleges. Now, if you want to continue your studies after turning 18, there are lots of different routes to HE or higher education study. Some are very short and direct, others take longer and are more complex. As well as multiple subjects and disciplines, there's also lots of different methods of study, including long distance and online study, and applications are usually a multi-stage process. Now, full-time study at university isn't the only way to get a degree. You can take a degree course at home, on an apprenticeship, with a training provider, or at a HE college. Now, there's a range of qualifications and course options, including HND, foundation degrees, level 5 courses, which take approximately 2 years to complete and are equivalent to 2 years of a bachelor's degree. There's long distance or remote study options where you can study a degree in your own time or whilst in employment, completing the work long distance or online through respected institutions like the Open University, where you can break your degree down into smaller modules and manageable chunks. There's the Certificate or Diploma of Higher Education, Higher National Certificate or Diploma, BA or BSc, Foundation Degree, or Certificate of Continuing Education. You can also take or decide to continue with the apprenticeship route with higher and degree level apprenticeships. Now, higher apprenticeships are apprenticeships with a vocational course of level 4 or above. They're equivalent to a foundation degree, HND or NVQ level 4. To study a higher apprenticeship, you'll usually need a level 3 qualification, which could be A-levels, NVQs, BTECs, etc. in relevant subjects. They can take up to 5 years to complete, but competition for places can be difficult, as you'll be going up against existing staff and experienced adults. Degree level apprenticeships involve studying a course at levels 5 to 7. The final qualification you receive is equivalent to a bachelor's or master's degree. Entry requirements are usually A-levels or a proven amount of experience in the industry. They may take up to 6 years to complete, and again, competition for places is high. Like advanced and higher apprenticeships, degree apprenticeships will mean splitting your weekly hours, so 80% at work and 20% study. So studying for a degree via the apprenticeship route may actually mean that you do attend university 1 day a week. Your degree may also be fully funded by the employer whilst you earn, which means that you might be able to earn your degree level qualifications without incurring any debt. Now, don't panic if all of this feels a little bit overwhelming. As part of Post-16 Careers Week, we've put together lots of tools on the Stockport Jobs Match website to help you. You can find those by clicking on the Post-16 Careers Week banners on our homepage, where you'll be taken to the main event page, and then clicking on our student and teacher guides. So this will take you to different pathway tools that we've covered throughout the course of the week. Today's being higher education, and on there you'll find a quick 5-minute bite-sized video explaining about the different options and the differences between them for HE study, so a great place to start. a short 10-question quiz to test your knowledge about continuing your studies post-18 by a university, HE college or training provider, as well as the alternatives to going to university and entering employment. And for teachers, we've also put together lesson plans and PowerPoint slides to help you plan a longer classroom session if you wish. Now, one of the tools that we've put together today as part of our student and teacher resources is a Find Your Career Match activity. So if you're considering continuing your studies after you turn 18, it's usually because you have a specific career goal in mind that requires that higher level of qualification. Now, if you're still not 100% sure what this career goal might be, but you do think that you want to go off to university or study for a higher level of qualification, this activity will help you to start thinking about your personal aspirations, what steps to take, and where they could lead you. So take a look at our career match activity cards, these personal profile samples that you can see on the screen. There's a range of them, not just these three, that you can download from the website or view on your phone, and try your hand as a careers advisor. So see if you can match the personal profiles to different job types and recommend what degree or HE course that person should take. Maybe one of these individuals will inspire your own career choice, or you could even put together a personal profile card for yourself and see if your friends, family members, course tutors, etc. could help match you to prospective future careers. Now, in Monday's session, we covered some of the prevalent career pathways in Stockport. There's over 11,500 businesses based here, and the largest sectors are in wholesale and retail, health and social work, professional, scientific and technical, admin and support services, and manufacturing. But we also talked about jobs of the future and the fact that the jobs market is constantly evolving. Some of the job areas we predicted would be big in the future included education, IT and technology, engineering, the green economy, health and social care, skilled tradespeople, artisans, sales, marketing creative, hospitality and catering, and sports and leisure. Now, whilst these might be good areas to explore, you can also use websites like Prospects and the National Careers Service, where you'll be able to do a personality quiz that comes up with suggestions of jobs or careers that may be suitable for you. They'll then give you an A to Z of those specific job types that fall within those sectors so that you can find out what the main duties are, what skills are required, and what qualifications that you might need. As it mentions on screen, you might also find it helpful to use our career pathway planning tool from Monday's session to explore those different career goals and how to meet them, breaking it down into individual milestones. Now, once you have a career goal in mind and you've researched what qualifications are required, you can visit the UCAS website, which is the University and Colleges Admission Service, to find out more about different universities and HE colleges, their courses and entry requirements. So the qualifications that you gain at college or sixth form or an apprenticeship will be converted from grades into UCAS points. Universities then usually set their entry requirements for each course based on the number of UCAS points required. However, UCAS points aren't the only method used. Some universities and degrees will rely on the subjects and types of qualifications you've studied instead. So when you're making a career plan from year 10 upwards, be sure to consider your future career end goal if you have one, and check the UCAS and universities' websites. Make sure your plan is flexible enough to meet the entry requirements, subjects, and UCAS points required if you have your heart set on a particular route. Now, if you need help finding out about some of the HE providers offering higher levels of qualifications that are a little bit closer to home, take a look at our digital event prospectus as part of the Post-16 Careers Week provision. We have a handful of exhibitors promoting their degree or degree level courses and equivalents and higher level apprenticeships. So again, you just visit the event page for Post-16 Careers Week, but this time click on the virtual exhibition. You'll be taken to the page containing all the information about our exhibitors and be able to download our digital event prospectus. Within there's a virtual floor plan that you can click on in the particular section for HE providers, but you can also scroll down to the A to Z section and find out more about the providers themselves. So by clicking on their details in the A to Z section, which we'll show you in just a second, you'll be taken to a provider profile page that will tell you more about that specific provider, the courses that they offer, sometimes a short video clip or virtual tour information about their campus and facilities, how to contact them, their social media pages, and the benefits of studying there. So for example, you can see one on the screen for White Rose Beauty College, talking all about their beauty therapy, nail courses, holistic therapy courses that you can study here in Manchester. Now, applying for university is a multi-stage process. Oh, I just wanted to highlight some of those. I've broken it down specifically if you want to look for other courses. I forgot that I'd added these in for you. So the higher education colleges and university exhibitors that are taking part in the prospectus to focus on particularly, we've got University Research College, which is in Nantwich, that's at stand 25. Stockport College, right here in Stockport, have a range of higher level courses. UCAS Manchester, UA Academy 92 in Salford, and White Rose Beauty College, which we mentioned. In terms of training providers, those that offer higher level apprenticeships include the Growth Company and Daymar Training. Princess Trust also offer a range of continued study options from 18 plus, including leadership schemes, graduate programs, pre-employment programs that can help you take specific routes into particular sectors, as well as courses around starting your own business and developing key skills. In terms of employers, we have a number of employers who offer higher level, degree level apprenticeships, including Stockport Council, Stockport Homes, Thales and Nexperia. You can find out more about higher and degree level apprenticeships that are advertised on the Stockport Jobs Match website by going to the job section and clicking on the apprenticeships filter. You can register for job alerts so that you can keep informed about when those positions get added, because they are advertised all year round and different organisations will have different intakes. So as I was about to say, applying to university is a multi-stage process. You'll need to shortlist the universities or HE colleges that you want to apply to, and there's lots of considerations to make. Things like moving away, what course to take, which university or provider to choose, cost, social life, making friends, etc. Now, universities like colleges will have open days throughout the year where you can see what campus life is like. Many also have virtual open days or online tours. You'll need to also check the university websites for the closing dates for each year's applications. So unlike FE, where there are guaranteed places for all, degree courses may fill up quickly, so be sure to apply on time. Applications are made through UCAS, the University and Colleges Admission Service that we mentioned earlier. The online application system costs around £20 for a single choice of university and £25 for 2 or more. Now you can choose up to 5 different courses at different universities to apply for, but you can only apply once per cycle, so choose carefully. Along with the application form and the application fee and the form stating things like your details, qualifications and course selections, you will also need to include a personal statement and a written reference. Clearing. So just to touch briefly on this, clearing is the term to use to describe the matching process, which offers places on courses which aren't filled to applicants who don't yet have an offer or didn't get the grades or UCAS points the university asked for as part of a conditional offer. Now, the period of clearing usually runs for a few months, so you have time to consider your options and complete the application process. But remember, it's not the bad universities or unwanted courses which are available through clearing. People change their mind, move abroad, start a job or apprenticeship, accept a different place or defer a year, so spaces can become available on all types of courses and universities for lots of different reasons. I think we mentioned this on one of the slides earlier on, but HE options are not usually funded, so you'll have to pay tuition fees. Tuition fees are charged by universities and colleges to cover key elements of your course and academic life, as well as course services related to students' well-being and experience on campus. Now, they do vary according to the university itself, but are usually capped at up to £9,250 per year of study. Tuition fees usually cover things like lectures, seminars and tutorials, course-related facilities and equipment, and support services for students, graduation ceremony, essential field trips, etc. What they don't cover is things like printing and photocopying services, textbooks and course materials, personal technology, and travel costs to any work placements that you may be required to complete, as well as your living costs. Now, whilst financial concerns may make you worry about continuing your studies at a higher level or going off to university, and there's lots of press about student debt levels, which can be intimidating, there are lots of options available to help you finance a degree. Student loans can include a tuition fee and a maintenance loan to help you with your living costs. Tuition fee loans, to cover the full cost of your course, are paid directly to the course provider, and you won't have to pay it back until after your course when you're earning above a certain level. Maintenance loans can be applied for at the same time to lend you money at the start of each term. How much you get depends on your household income, where you study, and how long for. And students can also apply for additional grants if they're eligible for certain benefits, disabled, or need help with childcare costs. Now, whether you're heading off to university or college or just seeking more independence, some of you may decide to move out of the family home when you turn 18. This can be exciting, daunting, and a little bit sad all at once. And there's lots to think about, from finance and planning to packing and furnishing. So here's just some of the things that you'll need to consider. First of all, make sure your finances are in order. You may no longer have the safety net of living with your family, so you'll need to have a weekly or monthly budget to make sure you can actually afford to live on your own and cover your expenditure, like accommodation, bills, and food. Now, even if you're just heading off to college next year, learning how to budget is a really important skill. And in the student and teacher resources for today, we have included a sample budgeting tool that you can download and some top tips on the JobsMatch website to help you. Next, be sure of the location. So once you've found somewhere to live, make sure you're happy with it. It can be easy to compromise, but make sure you take into account things like the transport options, parking, the local area, having visitors, amenities, and whether the rent or costs are affordable or competitive. Practice good habits. Try and make some changes to your lifestyle now to prepare you for moving out later, like tidying up after yourself, keeping an eye on your money, and getting yourself to and from places rather than relying on lifts. Now, moving out can be stressful, but making small changes before you go means it won't feel like such a shock to the system. Have a clear out. So having a move is the perfect time to get rid of stuff you don't need because you're sorting it all out anyway. Remember that the less you have to transport to your new home, the cheaper and easier your move will be. You can donate, recycle, give away, or sell items to make space and have a fresh start, and maybe even earn a little cash in the process. You'll also need to prepare emotionally, so it's natural to feel sad or a bit nervous about leaving home. Make a plan with your family or friends about when you'll see each other next. Take steps to make yourself feel safe and secure in your new pad, like changing the locks or introducing yourself to the neighbours, and make time to get to know your new area, or even invite some friends round to help you settle in. If you decide that university isn't the route for you, remember that you can continue your studies in other ways, like foundation degrees, long distance learning, or higher apprenticeships. But there are lots of other options too, such as short courses and pre-employment programs, full-time or part-time employment, work placements or internships, starting your own business or self-employment, volunteering, or taking a gap year. Now, this brings us to the end of today's 20-minute Lunchtime Live session. So we'd like to finish by setting you a very simple daily challenge to complete during your school day or at home this evening. So can you find out about one HE study option that you could take on from 18 plus? This could be a university degree course, a HE course with a local provider, or even a pre-employment course like the ones we mentioned at the Prince's Trust. Consider what higher level of qualifications you could take to continue your studies after college or sixth form, or completing an apprenticeship that might help you achieve your end career goal. So for your daily challenge, we'd like you to find out the type and level of course, where you could study it, how and when to apply, the support that you might need, and how this would benefit your end career goal. You can share what you've learned with your teacher, family members, or peers later or tomorrow. Tell us about your findings on social media using hashtag post16careersweek, or send us an email.